1942, the air war over Germany was a slow, terrifying attrition. Day and night, thousands of Allied bombers flew beyond the effective range of standard anti-aircraft artillery. German industry burned, and the Luftwaffe urgently needed a new solution. They sought a weapon that could not be overflown, the world's first true surface-to-air missile. The design requirement issued by the German Air Ministry called for a guided anti-aircraft rocket capable of striking targets at extreme altitude, the stratosphere of the time. The contract went to Rheinmetall-Borsig, a company known more for cannon than for rocketry. The name chosen for the project was deeply German and mystical. Rheintochter, or Daughter of the Rhine. The beautiful yet dangerous maidens from Wagner's opera, guarding their secret treasure. For Wagner, this was their purity and loyalty to the German tribes. Rheintochter was meant to be the treasure that would save the Reich's skies. Dr. Hennies led the initial design team, tasked with developing a multi-stage, high-speed missile. And his ambitious prototype seemed to be promising. Here we see a crew of 6 preparing a Rheintochter for launch. The missile was approximately 6.3 meters, 20 feet long, and weighed over 1.7 metric tons at launch. It had 4 small varnished plywood control surfaces resembling paddles in the nose, 6 fins at the after end of the top stage, and 4 at the end of the main stage. The first version of the missile, the R1, utilized a 2-stage solid-fuel rocket design. This footage takes special care in showing how the missile is loaded to the launch pad. The film was likely used for the training of launch crews. In this configuration, from down in the hole below the launching structure, the crew rotates the missile and adjusts the trajectory to aim it in the direction that it is to be fired. Its guidance system was a testament to pioneering engineering. An operator on the ground would visually track bright flares mounted on the missile's wings and use a radio command joystick to steer the missile towards the target, like a massive, deadly drone. The first stage booster, with its multiple nozzles, generated enormous short-duration thrust, accelerating the missile close to Mach 1 in a fraction of a second. Once spent, the booster detached and the main sustainer stage ignited. Testing began in August 1943 at the Leba Proving Ground in Poland, and 82 test rounds of the R1 were launched. The operational version was intended to be fired from a ramp or converted gun mount. However, an air-launched version was also designed. An air-launched Rheintochter was never tested. The missile was designed to detonate its 150-kilogram warhead using an advanced acoustic proximity fuse, triggering destruction among tightly packed bomber formations. The missile was fast, and the guidance system, though primitive by modern standards, worked well in many trials. But there was a critical flaw: altitude. The solid fuel engines of the R1 could only push the missile to an operational ceiling of about 8 kilometers, 26,000 feet. The Allied heavy bombers, however, often cruised at 9 to 10 kilometers, 30,000 feet, and above. The Rheintochter R1 could not reach its target. This deficiency led to the cancellation of the R1 in July 1944 and the swift development of a new model, the R3. The R3 adopted a powerful, longer-burning liquid fuel sustainer engine with jettisonable solid fuel boosters. A significant leap in rocket technology intended to finally hit the critical 12-kilometer ceiling. The R3 proved the concept worked, achieving the target altitude in test firings in late 1944. Yet, time and resources were running out. The Rheintochter's reliance on visual, line-of-sight guidance, steering a flare into an aircraft formation, was highly challenging, especially in the thick smoke and high speeds of combat. Furthermore, the German missile program suffered from bureaucratic infighting and technological rivalry. The Rheintochter was competing directly with the more complex, but ultimately more promising Wasserfall missile, which was designed for radar guidance and could reach even higher altitudes. I'll be introducing more German missile weapon systems in future productions, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's worth it. I promise. As the war intensified, high-level decisions favored other wonder weapons and the desperate emergency fighter program. The Me-262 Schwalbe, or Swallow, designed by Messerschmitt, was the first jet-powered fighter aircraft. On February 6, 1945, with the Red Army rapidly approaching the test facilities in Poland, the Rheintochter project was officially cancelled. No Rheintochter missile ever fired a shot in combat. It was a failure in its intended military role, but a triumph in pioneering rocketry. The multi-stage design, the use of acoustic proximity fuses, the very concept of a guided anti-aircraft rocket, all represented foundational knowledge. After the war, Allied powers, particularly the US and USSR, studied captured German rocket designs, including the Rheintochter, intensively. The lessons learned from its two-stage propulsion and command guidance were directly integrated into early post-war anti-aircraft missile programs, becoming the basis for the weapons that would eventually guard the skies of the Cold War. The Rheintochter remains a symbol of Germany's technological paradox, an advanced weapon born of urgent necessity that was cancelled only months before it could have made an impact. It was the Rhinemaidens' treasure that was never spent. A deadly promise of the future, locked away by the relentless speed of history. If you like productions like this created from primary historical sources, please take the time to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Patreon supporters get regular access to exclusive footage that can't be shown here. Open a free account on our website military1945.com and stay informed. Thanks for watching.